ever heard of a town where people live underground to escape the 113-degree heat? A place with a musical instrument so unique that even NASA studied its healing powers? A place where beautiful women surf, run businesses, and ask you out before you even build up the courage? Welcome to Australia, where streets have quirky names, animals smile for selfies, and ancient rainforests hide glowing caves. Ready to dive in? But before we do, leave your mark on this video by telling us where you're watching from. Coober, Pedy, a place so bizarre, so utterly unlike anywhere else on Earth, it looks like it was blockbusters like Mad Max and Pitch Black filmed right here because this rugged landscape doesn't look real. The summer heat here regularly blasts past 113 degrees Fahrenheit. So how do people survive? Over 1,500 residents live in homes carved deep into the rock, called dugouts. These underground shelters are cool, quiet, and cozy, even when the world above is scorching. Churches, pubs, art galleries, even a luxury hotel all tucked beneath the surface. Coober, Pedy is also the opal capital of the world, producing over 95% of all commercial opals globally. Some locals have literally found gemstones just digging in their backyard, but hold up, this is just the start. Because next, we're heading deep into the sound waves of an ancient instrument that NASA couldn't ignore. Long before modern Australia, long before cities or highways, there was a sound. That sound is the didgeridoo. Crafted not with tools, but by termites, this instrument comes from naturally hollowed eucalyptus trees, found mostly in the remote regions of northern Australia. Each didgeridoo is like a fingerprint of the earth, unique, unrepeatable, alive. In Aboriginal culture, the didgeridoo is a spiritual channel, a bridge between man and the dream time, the mythic era when ancestral beings created the world. You might think this is just tribal folklore, but even NASA studied it. Their research showed that the didgeridoo's vibrations can strengthen airways, helping people with sleep apnea and snoring issues. You'll hear didgeridoos echoing through music festivals in Berlin, meditation retreats in Bali, and street corners in Tokyo. From sacred ceremonies to international sound baths, this instrument has become Australia's sonic ambassador to the world. Stick around, because up next we're diving into the untamed beauty of Australian women and why they're unlike anyone you've ever met. The world of Australian women, bold, free, and quietly unstoppable. Here, beauty is in the sun-kissed skin, the wind-blown hair, the easy laugh from a woman in Byron Bay rocking a surfboard under one arm, and a grocery bag in the other. Think flowy dresses, sneakers, salty swimsuits, and a wide-brimmed hat. These women are some of the most educated and self-made on the planet. As of 2025, more than 60% of university graduates in Australia are female, and over 1/3 of all small businesses are owned by women. This country also made history by electing Julia Gillard, the first female prime minister in any G20 nation. Power and independence are part of the national character here. Australian women are fiercely direct. They'll ask you out, text first, or even casually drop, "Do you like me?" No games, just confidence. That relaxed, upfront attitude is exactly why many international men find them so magnetic. In recent global dating surveys, Australian women ranked among the most open to dating and marrying foreigners, especially from the United States, United Kingdom, and Italy. Are you curious about the unspoken rules of dating in Australia? Comment the number 3 and we'll share how you can meet and date these beautiful women. Because in Australia, even the street names will make you laugh. Don't miss what's coming next. Australia, a country over 30 times the size of New York State, is full of surprises. Locals intentionally choose quirky names because they know that a good laugh sticks. It turns a forgotten corner of the outback into a must-visit photo stop. You'll stumble upon signs like Google Street, Looney Tunes Lane, or the infamous Nothing Street, which once baffled Google Maps entirely. And then there's Come By Chance, a town so oddly named that its street sign gets stolen up to 10 times a year, according to Australian local news. These signs have become unofficial souvenirs, with some tourists driving miles just to get a photo, or sneak one home if they think no one's watching. So the next time you're on a road trip down under, don't just look for kangaroos. Look for the signs that make you laugh. Coming up next, we're meeting the quirkiest, cuddliest trio of animals you'll ever see, and one of them is always smiling. But before that, take 5 seconds to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss any of our latest and most exciting contents. They're fluffy, photogenic, and full of surprises. But don't be fooled by the cuteness. Australia's 3 most iconic animals each carry a story that runs deeper than you'd expect. The kangaroo isn't just Australia's most famous animal, it's a national symbol. You'll find it on the country's coat of arms, currency, government logos, and even on the tail of every Qantas jet. But here's what most people miss: the kangaroo can't move backward. That's why Australians chose it to represent their national spirit, always pushing forward, never retreating. The koala, often mislabeled a bear, isn't a bear at all, it's a marsupial, just like the kangaroo. These eucalyptus-eating introverts sleep up to 20 hours a day thanks to their low-energy diet. But here's the wild part. Koalas have fingerprints so similar to humans, even forensic scanners struggle to tell them apart. Meet the quokka. Dubbed the happiest animal in the world, the quokka is a pint-sized wallaby with a permanent smile. You'll find them mostly on Rottnest Island, just off the coast of Perth. They're curious, chill around humans, and they've sparked a global phenomenon, the quokka selfie. Even celebrities can't resist snapping a pic with that grin. Together, this trio isn't just adorable, they're Australia's unofficial ambassadors. Every travel campaign, every wildlife documentary, every backpacker's dream, it's these 3 faces that show up first. But stay with us, because next we're stepping into a tiny German village hidden right in the heart of Australia. The story behind it might just be the biggest surprise yet. Nestled in the Adelaide Hills of South Australia, this quaint village was founded in 1839 by German Lutheran settlers. It's the oldest surviving German settlement in Australia, and even today it still feels like stepping into a European time capsule, with an Aussie twist. As you walk along its 1-kilometer main street, you're greeted by red-tiled roofs, timber-framed windows, and flower-filled balconies that look straight out of a postcard from southern Germany. Local shopkeepers, many of whom are descendants of the original settlers, still run their family businesses. From candle makers to leather craftsmen, and bakeries serving up 19th century recipes, the entire town is built on heritage you can taste, smell, and touch. And the beer here is real. Cold, craft brewed, and sometimes stronger than you'd expect. Pair it with a bratwurst and fresh pretzel, and you've got a meal that rivals anything you'd find in Munich. For art lovers, the Cedars, the former home of celebrated painter Hans Heysen, offers a look into Australia's natural beauty through a European lens. His landscapes are some of the most iconic in the country. If you time it right, you'll catch traditional festivals like Oktoberfest or Christmas markets held in summer. Are you interested in visiting this village? If yes, comment the number 7, and we'll reveal how you can get there and enjoy the activities it offers. But we're not done yet, because in the next chapter, we're firing up the grill to explore Australia's most beloved ritual, the outdoor BBQ. Here, BBQs are everywhere, from Christmas on the beach to Saturday afternoons in public parks. Most Aussie parks are equipped with free electric BBQ grills. But it's not just sausages and steaks. You'll see barramundi fish, grilled oysters, even lobster tails and caramelized pineapple sizzling beside classic cuts. Some Aussies even toss on chocolate-covered bananas just to flex a little creativity. And no grill session is complete without a cold one. BBQs here are community glue. Neighbors who've never spoken suddenly become mates. Bosses drop the suit and share sausages with interns. Newcomers, tourists, even strangers get invited in like old friends. Stick around, because next we're heading into a sunlit celebration where art, Lasers, costumes, and chaos collide. Australia's wildest festivals are about to light up your screen. Let's talk about Vivid Sydney, the crown jewel of Australian festivals. Held each year between May and June, this event transforms the entire city into a glowing canvas. From the Opera House to the Harbour Bridge, the skyline becomes a living artwork with laser shows, 3D projections, and light sculptures. In 2024, Vivid Sydney drew more than 2 million attendees, making it the largest light festival in the Southern Hemisphere. Looking for something wild and weird? Head to Melbourne's Moomba Festival. It's part carnival, part costume parade, and all chaos. Locals dress up in the most ridiculous outfits they can imagine. It's one of the biggest free community festivals in Australia, filled with street performances, floats, and rooftop parties. And for those who crave rhythm and roots, there's the Woodford Folk Festival in Queensland. Held over 6 days around New Year's, it features over 2,000 performers and draws tens of thousands of people from around the world. Folk, indie, tribal beats, poetry, circus acts. It's a campground of creativity set in the lush hills of the Sunshine Coast. Next, we're digging into the flavors of Australia. From salty spreads to viral desserts, the country's cuisine might just shock your taste buds. Let's start with the most infamous spread in the country, Vegemite. Thick, salty, and packed with umami, this dark brown paste made from brewer's yeast is a staple in nearly every Aussie kitchen. Locals love it on toast with butter, especially for breakfast. But for newcomers, it's a challenge. A 2025 survey found that over 70% of Americans who try Vegemite for the first time find it intensely strange. Now let's balance that out with something universally loved, Tim Tams. These 2-layer chocolate biscuits filled with cream are so popular, they've been exported to over 40 countries, and they're one of the most gifted souvenirs among tourists. Hungry for something hearty? Try the Australian meat pie, a flaky golden pastry packed with seasoned beef or lamb. It's the king of sports snacks, eaten hot at stadiums, parks, and pub counters across the country. And for dessert? Lamington. This humble sponge cake, dipped in chocolate and rolled in coconut flakes, is a quiet national treasure. Australians consume tens of millions of these each year, especially during Lamington drives. Fundraisers where cakes are sold for schools and charities. Sweet, salty, bold, nostalgic. Every bite tells a story about the people who live here. Get ready to explore some of the most stunning and surprising beaches on the planet in the next chapter. If you visited a new beach in Australia every single day, you'd be doing it for almost 3 decades. That's over 10,000 beaches, stretching across rainforests, red deserts, tropical islands, and bustling coastlines. Bondi Beach. Just minutes from downtown Sydney, this world-famous stretch of sand is where surfers carve waves, joggers glide past, and tourists gather for one unforgettable shot, the Bondi Icebergs Pool. A saltwater swimming pool carved into the coastline, where ocean waves crash over the edge as you swim. Just a 30-minute ferry ride from the city, you'll find Manly Beach, a peaceful alternative perfect for kayaking, sunbathing, or sipping a flat white at a beach cafe. It's where coastal calm meets urban convenience. And then there's a hidden treasure. Hyams Beach, located in Jervis Bay, holds a Guinness World Record for having the whitest sand on Earth. It's so bright you'll squint in the midday sun. Here, small eco-resorts blend seamlessly into the trees, and the only sound you'll hear is the wind brushing the dunes. Whether you're chasing big waves, sunrise runs, or postcard-perfect stillness, Australia's beach culture is more than just tanning on the sand. It's a way of life, healthy, open, and deeply connected to nature. But beaches are just the beginning. Next, we're traveling to some of the most mind-bending natural wonders on Earth, from a glowing cave to a lake that looks like strawberry milk. Australia isn't just about kangaroos and sunburnt beaches. It's a natural theater of the impossible, a place where the landscapes feel more like fantasy than reality. Lake Hillier, a natural body of water so pink, it looks like melted strawberry milk. Found off the coast of Western Australia, this lake has baffled scientists for decades. Its vivid color is thought to come from salt-loving microalgae and bacteria, but the exact reason? Still not fully understood. Travel north and you'll step into one of Earth's oldest ecosystems, the Daintree rainforest. At over 180 million years old, it predates the Amazon and shelters some of the rarest wildlife on the planet. Walking through it feels like entering a lost world, where vines hang like ropes, and ancient trees hide creatures that haven't changed in millennia. Want something out of a fantasy novel? Explore the glowworm caves? While the most famous are in nearby New Zealand, Australia has its own magical spots in Tasmania, where entire cave ceilings pulse with a bioluminescent blue glow. It's like walking under a living galaxy. And then there's Uluru, the heart of Australia. A towering sandstone monolith standing nearly 1,140 feet tall, Uluru isn't just visually stunning, it's spiritual. Watch closely as the sun rises or sets. The rock doesn't stay one color. It shifts from orange to red, depending on the light. Sydney greets you with the Opera House, a UNESCO World Heritage Site shaped like a seashell mid-swan dive. Meanwhile, Melbourne, Australia's second largest city, wears a quieter crown named a UNESCO City of Literature, known for its street art, indie bookstores, jazz bars, and world-class coffee. Here, coffee is a ritual, a rhythm that starts the day and anchors the community. It's not about speed, it's about craft. Forget drip machines and sugary giants. In Australia, your coffee is made by hand, poured with precision, and served by someone who probably knows your name. At the heart of it all is the flat white, an espresso topped with a thin layer of velvety steamed milk. Born in Sydney in the early 1980s, this smooth, balanced drink became so popular, it eventually forced giants like Starbucks to add it to their global menus. As of 2025, Australians consume over 2 billion cups of coffee per year, despite a population of just over 26 million. That's nearly 80 cups per person annually, and most of it comes from local cafes. From Melbourne's laneways, where hipster cafes serve single-origin beans roasted on site, to Brisbane's beachside espresso bars, this country treats coffee with near respect. Officially known as the Commonwealth of Australia, this vast landmass covers more than 2.9 million square miles. That's over 30 times the size of New York State, making it the 6th largest country on Earth. Yet, its population is surprisingly low, around 26.9 million people as projected in 2025. That leaves a lot of untouched land and with it, unmatched diversity. Blazing red deserts in the center, like snow-capped peaks in the southeast, rainforest older than the Amazon in the north, and over 10,000 beaches lining its endless coast. And while most of the world celebrates summer in July, Australians are diving into summer from December to February, a seasonal flip that adds another layer of surprise to every experience here. The language with Australian English, relaxed, colorful, and peppered with local slang. A blend of cultures with roots in Europe, Asia, and the oldest surviving civilization on Earth. Indigenous Australians, whose heritage stretches back over 65,000 years. Despite being the 13th largest economy in the world, Australia doesn't show off. Life here is simple, outdoorsy, and grounded. It's a country where people earn well but wear flip-flops to dinner, and where nature isn't just scenery, it's sacred. Canberra was designed with precision, a city nestled within a garden. Wide, gracious boulevards stretch beneath tall eucalyptus trees. Roundabouts flow like gentle rivers guiding traffic smoothly. And everywhere you look, green. Parks open like living rooms under the sky, vast and welcoming. The roads are clean. There's little traffic. Drivers are relaxed, unhurried. And here's something that might surprise you. People in sharp suits pedaling calmly through the streets on bicycles. Stroll through the neighborhoods and you'll notice homes that whisper of the Queenslander tradition. Elevated wooden structures painted in soft whites or faded pastels with wide verandas where the breeze is invited to linger. Built for comfort, for shade, for summer ease. By day, the rhythm of life flows through vibrant farmers' markets. Outdoor cafes buzz with conversation under soft sunlight, while nearby world-class institutions invite exploration. The National Gallery of Australia draws art lovers, and Questacon, a temple of hands-on science, pulls in families and dreamers alike. As daylight slips into dusk, Canberra's personality shifts. Pubs flicker to life, each with its own story. French bistros and Italian kitchens open their doors, their warm scents drifting into the cool evening air. Live music pours from cozy corners, creating the perfect blend of energy and intimacy. And then there is Lake Burley Griffin. At night, its waters become a mirror, reflecting city lights like a constellation at your feet. Locals walk, cycle, or sit silently, letting the serenity soak in. In those quiet moments, Canberra offers you something rare in the modern world: peace that asks nothing of you. Living in Australia isn't just about surfing beaches or sipping flat whites in laneway cafes. It's also about balance between lifestyle, affordability, and peace of mind. Compared to the United States, the overall cost of living in Australia is around 4% lower in 2025, according to the latest data from Numbeo and the Australian Bureau of Statistics. In major cities like Sydney or Melbourne, rent for a one-bedroom apartment ranges from $1,800 to $2,500 per month. But step into a suburb or cities like Adelaide, and those prices drop to about $1,200 to $1,800. Utilities for a modest apartment, electricity, gas, water, and internet will typically run between $150 to $250 monthly. Weekly grocery shopping, expect to spend $80 to $150 depending on your diet and habits at stores like Woolworths or Coles. Eating out casually costs $15 to $25 per meal, and public transport averages $100 to $150 monthly, often less with student or senior discounts. A gym membership falls between $50 and $70, and a routine dental checkup ranges from $100 to $200. Not cheap, but part of Australia's high standard of care. All told, a single person's monthly living cost lands between $2,500 and $3,500 depending on the city, lifestyle, and personal choices. That's still 10 to 15% lower than London or Paris, with the bonus of clean air, sunny days, and excellent healthcare. Despite ranking among the countries with one of the highest GDPs per capita, Australians tend to live simply, prioritizing time outdoors, low-stress living, and connections over possessions. Australia offers investor and retirement visas, like the Investor 188 visa for those over 55, with stable finances and a solid work history. Requirements vary by state, but the pathway is clear for those who want to call this island continent home. We've explored 15 amazing facts about this incredible country. If you enjoyed the video about Australia, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Your support is the driving force that helps us continuously improve and bring you even more engaging content. Thank you, and see you in our next travel documentary. We are so glad you are with us today. Please leave a comment, like the video to support us, and subscribe for more videos. See you soon.